Hi, I'm Pamela from Content Clarity and welcome to my channel, a channel where you can find out all about how to run a successful business and grow and scale it online. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through 5 ways that you can drive traffic to your website. Why is this important? Well, it's important because you go to all that effort of getting a website built, to having sales pages, offer pages for your service and products, and you might be sitting there waiting patiently for people to discover your website, but it doesn't quite work like that. So I'm going to be telling you about 5 ways that you can drive people to that website whilst Google's doing its thing in the background and giving it some kind of ranking on the search engines. Now, first up is video content. Now, video is not going anywhere. So if you have yet to do video for your business, whether that's TikTok or Reels or Stories, Lives, or whether it is indeed something like a YouTube video, then please go and have a look. Please get involved. It's not as hard as you think it is, right? The thought is always harder than actually getting out there and doing it yourself. So do make sure that you have a look in it. Now, how can this drive traffic to your website? Well, we all know that through TikToks and Reels, for example, right? They're getting massive reach right now. People are getting, people through to their website through the link in the bio in both TikTok and on Instagram. And so you can drive traffic that way. But let's not all focus on social media and the potential of going viral, because that can be sometimes quite a daunting thought, and it's fairly unlikely as well. It doesn't happen very often that people go viral, even if they try day in, day out, okay? So let's think about something that's a bit more sustainable, and that is a YouTube channel. Sustainable, why? Because actually your videos are going to last years. They're not going to be here and gone in a few weeks or here and gone in a few months. And at the end of the day, you can only say so much on a short form video. In a long form video, you're actually delivering so much more value. It means that people are warming up to you during that process. They're getting that quick win. And not only that, on YouTube, your videos are discoverable on Google. So you're actually being discovered in the place where people are looking for solutions. Sometimes people go directly to YouTube when they want a tutorial, they want to see step by step how to set up a new camera, for example. But if they're just searching straight into Google, like how do I mark up a blog post for SEO, right? You have the potential to show up there with your YouTube video as well, because who owns YouTube? Google does. So it is a great way to make sure that you're getting traffic, not just to your video, but then you can use the descriptions to get people onto your website. So you can make sure that across your description, you can direct them to your free downloads. You can get them on your email list as well as on your website, but you can also be using the cards as well throughout the video to get them across on to your website as well. And we know from a lot of creators who have videos that are still getting masses of views 3 years on, this is going to be a longer lasting strategy for you than that sort of quick win that will get you, 10 hits today, but then nothing tomorrow. So definitely go and have a look at YouTube. It is a fantastic way to drive traffic to your website. Next up is blogs. Again, blogs, they aren't really going anywhere. Sometimes when people want that quick win, they want to be shown a solution to something, YouTube doesn't quite cut it, or video doesn't quite cut it, right? They just want to see it step by step. They want to read it step by step or see images of how to do it, what it looks like. So again, they aren't going anywhere. People will skim read them, right? So they mightn't read the whole thing. So again, make sure that you split your blog post up nicely, use images to break up the text, use headers to break up the text so that it's easier for people to read, because people are consuming content quicker and quicker all the time. But again, for the same reasons that I love YouTube, because it's discoverable on Google, that's why I love blogs, right? Because again, you're showing up in the space where people are actively searching for solutions to their problem, so problems that you can solve. People don't search like that on social media. So it's great to be able to show up there. And if you think about it, if you blog every week for a year, that's 52 blog posts, right? That's 52 entry points into your website where you can be found and have people come in and land on your website. Add in some great internal linking to offers and sales pages. It's the perfect recipe. Next up is Pinterest. Now, Pinterest has had a bit of a makeover of late and is really coming back into the mix. If you do use YouTube already, if you do already use blog posts, then of course Pinterest is a great way to add in another signpost to get people to those YouTube videos, to get people to those blog posts. But again, if you are doing social media things like TikTok, Reels, Stories, again, you can bring them in onto Pinterest and use them on there as well to drive traffic to Pinterest, which then of course can drive traffic to your website through your blogs. So go and have a look. If you're definitely going to be using blog posts, go and have a look and make sure that you use Pinterest as well. Now, the fourth thing is a fantastic SEO strategy. I cannot stress this enough. Anytime people say, how can I drive traffic to my website? Typically they're looking for some kind of like quick fix. Now, as I've said, Pinterest is great, blogs are great, YouTube are great. These are great long-term sustainable strategies, and they're going to be certainly quicker winning than an SEO strategy. But whilst you're working away with those and you are putting those blog posts on your website, why wouldn't you keyword them up at the same time and really sort of overlay a great SEO strategy? Now, if the very thought of a search engine strategy is just absolutely terrifying, then go and you can get like SEO specialists that work as like virtual assistants, for example, where you can just go and send your blog post. They will keyword it for you and then you can go and put it on to your website. But the two go hand in hand, because if you really understand what it is keyword wise that people are searching for, aka your audience, the people who have the problems that you can solve, if you know what they're searching for on Google, that actually serves to help you create the right blog posts and the right YouTube videos that they can then find and use, right? So again, isn't it great to have that knowledge? Otherwise, you might be thinking, I'm creating blog posts, but I'm not getting the traffic, or I'm creating YouTube videos and I'm not getting the views. You do need to understand keyword strategy. At least go and have a look at Google Keyword Tools Manager and understand what it is that people are searching for so that you can create the right type of content for them. Last up is collabing with other complementary business owners and getting shown on their website, whether it be a blog post that they maybe write where they interview you, for example. Again, this works in great favor because actually what it does is it does two things. You get exposure to their web audience, which is great, right? Because then you get that exposure, which is always nice, but you also get a link back to your website, which is great because then that directs those people to your website. But not only that, it tells Google, hang on a minute, I understand better what this business does. Other people are linking to this website, so this website must be a bit more important. I'm not going to get into the whole strategy about what SEO and how Google takes all of these little things but that's the basic sort of simplest explanation. It's called backlinks. If you do want to know more about these sorts of things, let me know in the comments. I don't mind doing a separate video where we get a bit more into the tech of SEO and things like backlinks and link juice and follow and no follow and DA and all this sort of stuff. But I want to keep it really sort of simple in this video. But do go and have a look. Make sure it's complimentary, that it's genuine. Their services are not horrifically dissimilar to yours, that they are relevant to each other. So say, for example, you're a brand photographer and you know someone who's a logo designer. Wouldn't it be nice to have your, sharing blogs on each other's sites and linking to each other's sites? It just makes sense, and it makes sense to Google too. So there you have it. There is 5 ways to drive traffic to your website. Let me know in the comments which ones you're already using and which ones you plan to use in the coming months, and I will be back again soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.